screen, so just don't scream out stuff. Be kind and considerate of others. There's mics, so judges, please talk into the mic so he could actually get a nice audio feed. And then entrepreneurs, there's a mic there as well. So try not to be too far away from the podium so he can capture that. The link will be available after. But if we can get started, please.
So I wanted to say, my name is Maya Durnovo. I'm the Chief Entrepreneurial Officer, and I wanted to welcome you and congratulate you for submitting the application for being entrepreneurs, irrespective of what happens today. You are all winners, and you are all to be commended for the work that you're doing. And this is the second year that we sponsor the competition. If it doesn't work this year, next year, because I am committed to having Houston have the first prize winner. So thank you so much for your work. And thank you to all of the judges. You have turned on a dime. We did this all very, very quickly. We were notified at the very last minute. So I know that you all had to read the applications, and you did it at the midnight oil. So thank you for all of your assistance and for being the wonderful entrepreneurs that you are. You set such an example for all of us. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank Robbie, who really took the ball and ran with it and got the word out, got everybody to submit their applications, forward them to the judges. So Robbie, thank you for all that you do. So
Thank you.
We are ready to hear your wonderful ideas.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hunter. So I want to just give the entrepreneurs, so we're going to skip the intro to the judges. You know why? Because there's a cool networking time where you can go meet them one-on-one. And there's also bios on each one of them, so you have that. So judges, please excuse me, but for the interest of time, we'll skip it and jump right into the presentation. So just to make sure, the process, we all got 5 minutes to do the pitch. If you've got a slideshow, I'll put it up. You can use that. If you don't have one, we have a table. You're happy to use a prototype or what have you. But keep it under 5 minutes. I've got this amazing little things that a student has made. So Kat is a student at a high school, and she's the one that's designed these little things. And even the flyers outside. Well, there's a flyer coming inside. If you see the road to success. She did that overnight just because she felt like, this is cool. I want to contribute somewhere. And that's a high school student, so I want her to be an entrepreneur. She's a fabulous baker, so I want her to learn the process. So believe it or not, but you guys are leaving an impression on her, and then she's leaving an impression on me with all this stuff. This is fantastic. So for me, this is great. So I'm going to use this. Please be kind to the time. And then judges, you'll have 5 minutes for Q&A, for comments, suggestions. Last year we learned from the judges is they really wanted to get feedback. And we said, no feedback, just questions. No questions, let's move on. And but I still want to do this. And I said, all right, fine. This time we'll allow for comments, questions, and so forth. For 5 minutes, 10 minutes at most for everybody, and we'll keep going. You'll notice on the little agenda there, the order of the presentations. So if I can get Anita up here, I've got a presentation for you. And then the time will start, and I'll just kind of politely show you this. And judges, you have a score sheet which has her name. Just do the needful to get it all scored up. Any questions, comments? We're ready to go? Let's hear some good pitches. Yeah, this will progress the slide.
Great, thank you.
I'll double check, yeah.
Okay.
Good to go?
Imagine you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a caregiver, but you are their employee. If you don't work, your family will suffer. To make matters worse, you will be having problems with your boss or being told by human resources that you do not qualify for sick leave, or even worse, you go to work and you're discriminated against or harassed. It is inevitable. If you are a working woman, at some point, you will need employment help. Employment help values empowering employees and employers to make wise decisions regarding the most important resource a business has, human resources. It's a website. We're designing it so that it is artificially intelligent. You can go to the website, pay a fee, and gather information to see whether or not you should get a labor and employment lawyer or a coach. Sometimes you need someone to help you with communication. Sometimes you need help with difficult personalities at work. You may not need a $300 per hour attorney or spend 2 years litigating a labor and employment claim. In the short term and long term, our growth opportunities are to create content and training for employees that come to our website so that it's easy for them if they are getting to a point where they want to transition careers. There will be training for them to learn new skills. To finish the artificially intelligent chatbot that will gather information from the user, and that information will be passed on to a coach or to a lawyer to assist them as they move forward. And also to grow an online forum. I'm not sure how familiar you are with labor and employment laws, but there's a law called the National Labor Relations Act. Most employers who are unionized are very familiar with it, but you working for a non-unionized employer have rights too. You have rights to talk to your employees about the working conditions. You have rights to talk with them about your pay. And as women, sometimes we are resistant to speaking up about issues in the workplace. Case in point, Fox News, the recent settlements that came forward, women were being harassed for years. Fox News was paying out millions of dollars. Think of how many women didn't speak up because they did not know that other women were suffering the same fate. Lastly, we also want to help employers because, to be honest and to be fair, most employees really don't always trust their human resources. They don't think that human resources is looking out for them. So our last goal is to build a chatbot for employers so that they can have mediators or ombudsmen to mediate employment complaints from their employees. So let me tell you a little about who I am and why I created this company, what it does, and why I created it. I'm a labor and employment lawyer. My name is Anita Barksdale. I have been practicing here in the Houston area for 7 to 8 years, but my background is in IT. As I started to take labor and employment cases as a defense lawyer, I started to ask myself, why are so many people having so many issues at work? Every single time I had a bad boss, the boss wasn't talking with me, they were talking to other employees. They were not honoring me, they were not paying me the same. So then I said, okay, well, let me talk with actual employees. And some of their complaints weren't fair as well. Well, things are just unfair. Well, sometimes you need a third party to help you to decipher, what is it that I have here? Do I have a labor and employment case, or do I have a need for a coach? Somebody who's in my corner, somebody who's going to tell me the truth and be honest with me, and I'm not going to have to pay a large amount for. So how do we do it? We have a website now that allows you to find whether or not you have a need for an employment coach or for employers and an employment investigator. We also keep up to date with recent employment news, so you can see worldwide what's going on. Today, Hackney Furniture employees view their work at Knoxville's Tennessean Hotel, and Apple's Cook urges MIT grads to keep humanity at the center of their work. Sometimes when you're watching what employment trends are coming down the pipeline, you can see, am I being treated fairly? Is my employer the only employer that is having this problem? But we want to go further. We want to build chatbots, artificially intelligent chatbots that help answer questions. So for instance, this particular chatbot would start, hi, we are here to help you with an employment issue. One of the first key questions you have to ask is, do you work for a government employer or a corporate employer? Because different laws apply to each. And so we would go through a variety of questions for that. Why? Over 100,000 labor and employment complaints filed per year. Companies spend at least $170,000 in terms of their budget per complaint for employer, and average settlements for employees usually range only from 0 to 50K, and at least 30% of that will go to an attorney. We have 7.5 million people unemployed right now. People need help at work. We need help for continuing systemic and individual discrimination. We need help because fair working conditions are not throughout all employers, And we need help preparing for an ever-evolving workplace. So, Employment Help is here to help you.
Judges, you have 4 minutes because she went over.
Sorry.
Sorry. Questions, comments?
Do we need the microphone, or can you hear me?
I can hear
Use
you.
the microphone for back.
Oh,
Please,
sorry.
please.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fantastic. Hi, well, thank you so much. I'm in human resource. I have 12 years in human resources, so I know where you're coming from. My question is, in regards to your business plan, you focused on those who are seeking to file equal opportunity claims. But in your presentation, you kind of spoke more of like a coaching, like I'm having a difficult time with my boss. So does the robot decide what they need and where they're guiding them? Or does it sort of filter it to a human that will give it a final say and say, yeah, go ahead and suggest, you know, legal action or coaching?
It gathers all of the information that a human will eventually say, yes, file an EEOC charge, file a charge within your local human resources, or perhaps let's pair you with a coach. This sounds like a communication issue. You may be speaking, you know, you're the tough, you know, get it done kind of personality. The other person is like kumbaya personality. And so how do you mesh those personalities in the workplace? So you'll always, I think from a liability standpoint, we will always have a human being just making sure that we've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you've raised this as a liability risk, is that you're holding yourself out to be a law firm and providing legal advice?
No.
No.
Our goal is not to provide legal services. It is to provide information to lawyers who will then decide whether or not they'll take the case, or to at least tell you, you may want to talk with a lawyer about that.
Okay, well maybe I was referring to in the exhibit where he's talked to the bot knowing the laws within the states. So when it's kind of sophisticated enough?
Yes, we can program it. At the slide, we can program it to do whatever we want to do. Okay, are you corporate? Are you government? What state are you? You know, we can go through all of those, and my goal is to build it so that we roll things out in an organized fashion. So starting in Texas, starting with only state laws in Texas, then moving to federal laws in Texas, including OSHA, occupational safety health. I mean, there are so many labor and employment laws. This is a big project to take on, but the technology is there now to gather that information. As you can probably tell from news, their artificial intelligence is taking over a lot of jobs, and law is going to be one of them in the future.
Yes, thank you, and I appreciate that you have a thoughtful plan on the rollout to mitigate that risk. Thanks.
Fantastic. That's all right. No on time. So Anita, thank you so much. I'd like to invite Lindsay. Is it Lindsay Bivens?
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's two Lindsay. I have to double check. Please.
Good afternoon. My name is Lindsay Bivens. I'm the founder and CEO of The Author's Pen. We are a startup publishing support company with a focus on supporting people first. We believe that in supporting people, it's the right foundation for successful self-publishing projects. Self-publishing is a subcategory of book publishing, a niche market, equating to $1.1 billion in revenue each year. It's where the author takes full responsibility, financial responsibility, for the cost of publishing. It's also the place where they get more or have more oversight and they get more royalties, giving the impression for profitability. What new authors often feel. Based on my own personal experience and what I've learned from engaging with other new authors, is failure and frustration are a huge part of just seeing progress with a self-published project. Problem 1, lack of information and education. Now, this may seem strange because of Google. Anyone can pull out a smartphone device and Google book publishing, and it will churn out over 2 billion results. Ironically, having too much information is often just like having no information at all, leaving authors with questions like, how do I know who's credible? How do I know if what someone suggests is right for me? Number 2, quality, distribution, and marketing are huge issues for self-published authors. Getting a handle on this is directly linked to number 1, having the right information. Having general information that doesn't apply to you will create problems when you're looking for quality on your project, distribution, and being able to market it properly. Number 3, mindset. This is just an aha moment for me. In 2016, again, working with clients that I've been privileged to work with, I learned that mindset is hugely connected to success along any path, whether it be life, profession, and book publishing as well. I worked with 2 clients simultaneously along similar tracks, but one of them had a very positive attitude, very open to instruction, direction, and she has very different results. The author's pen is about solutions. What we do currently is we provide direction, strategies through coaching. What we are planning to do is create a new division of our company called Written that will consist of an assessment, it will consist of books, seminars, and a training platform with the focus of developing author mindset particularly. Our goal is bigger than product. Right now, you can go to platforms that will churn out a book at no cost, but you don't have a plan, you don't have a strategy, and often you're left with a box of books and they sit and collect dust. Our goal and our mission is to move people beyond a product and move people in a direction of real progress with self-publishing projects. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I know many people who have tried to publish books and they ran into many of the issues that you spoke about. So who will be providing the support for these individuals? Will you be creating some sort of platform for people to self-help one another? Or are you looking into bringing staff on to guide these potential authors? I know you also have a webinar as well, so I don't know if that's all tied into it.
Yes, great question. How do we plan to support people? Currently, I coach one-on-one and hosting webinar-styled training sessions, if you will. There's a website, and I also have a group online, Facebook. It's a support group full of people who write, so they can receive kind of peer instruction or peer advice about what's worked and what hasn't. My goal is to do more than what I've done already, and that's really what the initiative to launch a new division, again, called Written. The goal is to give people more than what they have access to now, even though there's so much available. To answer your question about who will provide that support, aside from the peer support, I do have a team of individuals. Currently, they work as 1099 employees. I contract them based on the need. But as I grow, I do anticipate having, I guess, a good problem in terms of hiring someone on to help. Yes.
Well, congratulations. I love it. I have a son who just published his book. He's a published author, and
yes.
I'm very excited. And I'd like to know how expensive it is to use your services to launch a book.
Yes, great question. So currently I do, again, the one-on-one coaching where we create strategies for success. That is priced at around $200 for about 3 hours of one-on-one help. I do offer editing and producing for publication, which is really acting as oversight for the entire project. And that's priced, I'm sorry, at $27.49. So
all these products that we're going to make, I guess, your target market is the actual customers you'll be having one-on-one, or are you planning to expand your target market?
yes, thank you for asking. The goal is to expand. My most immediate goal is to launch an aggressive marketing campaign, because I find that most published authors don't know they need the help until it's too late. So really being able to educate people about having this available. And the goal is to use a funnel platform. So to explain what that is, it's attracting someone with some type of lead magnet or free offering. Maybe I give a PDF download for free. And then I continue to nurture the relationship by inviting them to my online group to get help, that group support. I send them communication regularly to upsell, buy the next book to teach you how to overcome this mindset block. Join our webinar, join the platform so that you can self-teach, or I should say self-study along the path of getting clear about how to be successful as a self-published author.
All right, so this is great. This is helpful to get back on pace. So thank you so much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, hi ladies, I'm Lindsay Brantley. I'm the founder and creator of Camellia Elise Skincare Company. I'm excited to introduce it to you today. Oh, I have the clicker. Okay, so today's definition of beauty, long gone are the days of us with hairy legs. And a lot of women and men are shaving and waxing, and it's an over $5 billion industry now, and it's steadily climbing. And then that doesn't even include waxing and laser services, which accounted for over 1 million additional services performed per year. But unfortunately, as more women and men are shaving, waxing, and maintaining their skin, they're having issues. And one of the issues that is very prevalent is pseudofolliculitis, which is razor bumps or ingrown hairs. And it's something that I'm very familiar with because it's associated with PCOS for women who have hirsutism, which means they grow a lot more excess body hair. And a lot of them, unfortunately, grow facial hair. I'm far from a bearded lady, but I had to deal with it as well. And there are over 5 million women with reported cases of PCOS per year in this country. And it's an issue that kind of goes not talked about. A lot of women, don't want to say that they have facial hair or that they have hair that they're trying to get rid of. So in 2011, I got licensed in skincare. I have a background in structural engineering. And then when the industry slowed down, I went and got licensed in skincare because it was an issue that was very close to me. And I started working with a lot of people who had the issue in medical spas. So I worked with chemical peels and a lot of different things to help them. And so I decided to develop a system for women and men who deal with the issue of razor bumps and ingrown hairs. It's a 3-step system that consists of a pre-shave and pre-wax exfoliant. Then you have a shave cream, which a lot of people don't shave if they wax. You can use the shave cream as an in-shower moisturizer. And then you have a post-shave, post-wax oil, which is what you ladies have. And that can be used as a daily moisturizer as well. And it helps with post-shaving to get rid of some of the scarring that you may develop from it. So is it safe? Whenever you're introducing a new product to the market, people always want to know, is the product safe? And I started this as a very small operation in my kitchen. It has grown much further from there. In 2016, I won the City of Houston Liftoff competition. So I won $10,000 to help develop the business. And I used that money for research and development. And now our products are manufactured in a natural lab in Austin, Texas, so that the products are safe, sustainable, and easily scalable for the retail market. Accomplishments thus far. We launched the business in November, and since then we've been featured in a few magazines as well as some subscription boxes, and we've also started working with a few foundations. She is a CEO, is one of them, to help young girls who want to be entrepreneurs. So why Camellia Elise? One thing is that we have firsthand knowledge. I've tried the products out for 3 years before they came to the market for people who have PCOS. We're also aligning with the PCOS Foundation. We give 1% of our sales for support and research of the syndrome. Our revenue projections for this year, our first year out, we're projecting that we're going to make about $45,000. We currently have 4 retail locations that are selling our products now. And a little bit more about me. As I said, I have a background in structural engineering, and I'm also licensed in medical aesthetics. And I'm originally from Galveston, Texas. So thank you, ladies, so much. And of course, I invite you all to try the products out today.
Thank you. Congratulations. You've achieved a lot in a very little time. What is really great. I can't wait to try them myself.
So are they FDA approved? So everything is going through the FDA process now. Our manufacturers doing all the stability testing so that everything will be green lighted.
And what is the timeline for that?
I'm working on it now, so I don't have the exact timeline.
Thank you. Could you just discuss quickly your go-to-market strategy? It's online, face-to-face?
Sure. So currently we do have an operable website that's up so that people can order the products now. We're also doing vendor shows, farmers markets here in the city of Houston. So the goal is to penetrate the city of Houston first and then start to expand to other cities and states. So I'm trying to educate people here on how to properly take care of their skin and prevent this condition. And then once we're established here, then we'll move forward. And I'm also working now to get it in small retail locations here.
Hi. Can you talk a little bit about the pricing of your products and how long a while will last?
Sure. So the 3-step system, if you buy all 3 together, is $55. But individually, our scrub is $20, the shave cream is $15, the oil is $25. One of each of those lasts about 6 weeks.
I'd like to know a little bit more about your competition and how you are better.
Okay. So there are currently a few systems that have come into the market lately. One of them is called Get Bevel. It is specifically for men. It is specifically for African American men. My products are made for both men and women, and they're formulated in such a way that you're not just concentrating on someone's face, but women can use it bikini area all over. So that's one of the ways that we beat the competition. There's also another local person here who was on Shark Tank who has a, it's called the Swag Bar. It's an exfoliant bar that's used as well for the face, but it's primarily targeted for men. So we're very different because we're unisex centric and we're made in such a way that, you know, the intimate areas can be taken care of as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Are you finished with your last notes?
Okay. Good afternoon, I'm Chrissy Butts, happiness coach, author, speaker, and family team building educator. And I am thrilled to share with you a little bit more about One Happy Tribe International. We have family team building education, and our goal is to help create happier people, happier families, and the happiest societies. You know that old quote, if mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. Well, that is so true. Stressful family relationships not only affect a mother's ambition, her goals, her vision, all the things that she wants to do in her life, they also impact her entire family, her friends, her neighbors, her colleagues, how things go at work, and actually even future generations. In a society with so much chaos and commotion, strong, happy families are the best antidote against poverty, depression, suicide, and crime. Unfortunately, strong, happy families are on the decline. The chart on the right shows the death of marriage in the United States. Basically, since 1929 to 2010, we see this huge decline in marriage, a 59.2% drop. The chart on the right shows how being raised in a married family reduces a child's probability for living in poverty by about 82%. This is for blacks, whites, and Hispanics. These are some statistics from the CDC. Children from fatherless homes account for 63% of youth suicide, 71% of pregnant teenagers, 90% of the homeless and runaway children, 72% of institutionalized juveniles, and 85% of children with behavioral disorders. I'll stop there. The root problem of family dysfunction is not poverty. It's not a lack of education, but it's actually a lack of team building skills. Our mission is basically to teach family team building education to help families laugh more, talk more, play more, and love more. This is our focus, family team building education, and we provide accountability tools and a support system. These are some of the programs we have. Our target audience is leaders who want to improve their happiness of their own tribe. So this could be city governments, it could be schools, businesses, educators, faith groups, military, MWR groups, companies, and nonprofit support groups. These are a few of our potential partners and customers. Here's a few of our competitors, and they do an amazing job. All of them do something a little bit different. Here's why we can do it just a little better. Our team, our product, and our marketing plan. So here's my team. Collectively, between all these women, we have over 140 years of experience, strengths, and leadership skills. And if we have time, I'll show you a short little demo of the product. Just one little portion of it. So the marketing part of it. So I want to share something I learned when I had a limousine company in Alaska. I learned that it was just as easy to rent a limo for one night to Bob as it is to rent a limo to Miss Spiegel, who's the owner of corporate jet company, who would rent the limo actually for 200 times. It takes almost the same amount of effort to rent the limo. So Blue Zone Project, if you know about Dan Buettner, he helps promote health and wellness and family relationships. He's studied people all over the world and the longevity of life. And this is a similar model that he is working on. Over $330 billion is spent in welfare assistance to single-parent families in 2011 from the U.S. Census. On an average, that's $30,000 per household. Here's cash flow projections. Year one is essentially break even. Year two shows a significant improvement. Year three shows a 100% increase. Year 4 is a little bit flat because we'll be ramping up to be able to launch a couple of international products, and year 5 shows 100% growth over 4 years. So what is the smart solution? On average, investing $30,000 per household each year, or invest $25,000 total into 5,000 families for a 1-year program that has measurable annual improvement in family relationships. Here's a few things people are seeing. So how will $40,000 help launch One Happy Tribe International? Well, we'll be able to get a new website, logo, our legal details, client app, inventory, CRM, marketing, insurance, travel, coaching, and miscellaneous. One Happy Tribe, our goal is teaching family team building education, truly to be able to create happier people, happier families, and the happiest societies. And I just want to share from the gut is I believe that each of us have a stewardship. And if we have tools and resources to be able to lift another person and to make life a little bit better for them, that we have an obligation to be able to do that. And with your support, One Happy Tribe, I believe that we can help our brothers and sisters to be able to have a better time while they're here on this earth. And may we all be blessed to be able to let our light shine and help our talents, share our talents with other people. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know the rest of you, but what's in the...
Oh, this is a family team building system. So this is basically a 6-step, 1 hour, every single week the family comes together and there's 6 different things they have to do. Each of the activities are timed, and they help families to laugh more, talk more, play more, and love more. Are there more
than one kid available? So once the family's completed, are there more available for them?
There will be extra add-ons that can come each month, little add-on pieces to it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, number 12. Just has a slide, which he will do the demonstration here. And I'm going to do kind of start soon.
Okay. So I'd first like to introduce myself. My name is Amber Cloud, and my purpose is to make sure no one goes to the grave with their music still in them. It's my humble opinion that everybody really wants to be involved in music. We all have our favorite songs that has changed our life, that's been in important areas of our life that we can never forget. And we dance to music, we bob our heads to music, we tap our feet to music because we all want to be involved in music. So we consume music right now at a higher rate than we've ever done in history, even though we don't really want to pay for it. Most of the industry is trying to figure out how to make us pay for music. But I don't think we want to pay for music because we don't really want to own music. And I think we don't really want to own music because we feel that we are music. It's a part of us. It's a part of our culture and where we grew up. It's a part of us. And with this company, we're going to allow music to be a part of you and you to be a part of music. So with the computer music room, it's going to be like the 24-hour fitness for musicians. So we'll have music creation stations just like this. So with this setup, you could create anything that is played on the radio. You can also create anything inside your head, because with the software that we have available to us now in the computer, you can use any instrument you can think of and instruments you can't even think of right now. So there's a huge gap between the people that know that this is possible and the people that have education on how to use the equipment. And that's where we come in. So we'll give you access to the equipment, and we'll also give you workshops, classes. It's parallel to like a gym membership with personal training and things like that. But I think it's going to be even bigger than fitness, because we all know we need to exercise, but we don't always want to exercise. And I feel like everybody wants music, and we need music. So I think it's going to be very big now and in the future. So it's simple and compact. So it's literally a computer music room, a room that you go to create music inside the computer. Because it's simple and compact, you can actually expand it and commercialize it the same way you can with the Starbucks. So we're going to have chain stores. Not only are we going to have chain stores, but we're going to have sub-stores and licensed stores. So we could put it inside of a college campus. We can put it inside of churches, hospitals, apartment complexes, and much more. Last but not least, I purchased a 40-foot tour bus, and the purpose of the tour bus is basically going to be a rolling advertisement, a billboard. And there's also going to be a miniature computer music room inside the tour bus, so people can go and see what the equipment can do and what we do at the computer music room. So they'll essentially feel like superstars when they go into the tour bus, and we can show them how we can make them into superstars. So I just want to thank you, and this is the computer music room.
Well, I love music, and so yes, it lives in us all. My question is, are you looking then to create buildings and centers globally, or are you looking to franchise? I don't have a clear picture of how you envision this and in what space.
Yes. I envision to do both. So similar to like Starbucks, where they have their own location, and they have multiple locations basically everywhere. And then they also have it inside of like a Kroger's and things like that. So I envision it as a room also inside of maybe an apartment complex, a church, a hospital, because it's literally just a room with multiple stations like this. And we'll teach you how to use it, and then once you understand how to use it, you can use it on your own, and you'll have access to it, just like you would go to like a gym. Yeah.
So the question is, do you have to have someone to teach you, or have you thought about, self-training,
Yeah.
movement and talent, taking modules where you can advance at your own pace?
Well, there is learning online, so if people that really just want to do it by themselves, they can get a membership and learn online. Just like if somebody were to go to the gym and look up certain workouts, they could do that with this, and they can also opt to take the classes that we have. So it's open that way.
What is the price of the equipment and the membership?
For access.
Altogether?
For access to the equipment, it would be $50 a month. And then if they wanted to get classes and things like that, then it would be $200 a month for group classes.
Will these classes be taught by individuals, or is this a webinar? Or is it only at the centers?
It'll be at the centers. So it'll be taught by individuals at the centers. So the people that facilitate basically the people that can check in and things like that, they can also teach the classes. So they know how to use the equipment and everything like that. So they'll have classes as well.
So how many people have you trained to teach? Have you trained the trainers already to teach?
I haven't trained any trainers yet, but I've been teaching myself because I can teach it as well. I've been doing it over 10 years. And I know exactly where I can get them, Guitar Center and places like that that know how to use the equipment. And also the Art Institute of Houston. I could probably go to HCC, the audio engineering program, but as it expands, then I'll start to have more teachers to train.
So have you already used this at a specific location?
Yeah, I actually have a location next to a traditional recording studio, and it fits perfectly because it's not in the same group, because the people that want to learn how to use it aren't the same people that want to just pay $80 an hour to be recorded. But it goes vice versa, because sometimes his clients want to learn and sometimes my clients want to just pay. So I have that there, and it works perfectly. I've also worked in a Shape Community Center, and it's worked there too for women, children, and adults. So.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Oh, I'll go back. Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Drew, and I am the founder and the developer of the Tiny Heights project. The Tiny Heights is a tiny house community model that can be replicated in various cities. Our mission is for the Tiny Heights is to create a community that promotes economic prosperity, togetherness, and facilitates a smooth transition into home ownership. Otherwise, going so fast. Our vision is for the Tiny Heights to become a thriving community that can be replicated in various cities to pave the way to affordable home ownership. So some of the problems that we address. People want to be able to live in the city, but they just can't afford it. Is it on the timer? No. There is currently an owner-renter divide here in America. The average net worth for a homeowner is $195,000, while a renter's net worth is around $5,400. This contributes to the wealth gap that we're experiencing here in the States. Also, women wage around 79 cents to to a man's dollar, and that also contributes to the wealth gap as well as a racial wealth gap that we are experiencing. So here in America, the median household net worth for a white family is $111,000. A Hispanic family is $8,400, and a black family is $7,100. This is contributing to the wealth gap that we're experiencing. For a black and Hispanic household, most of them are ran by females. So they could be the primary, and most times they are the primary provider for their households. So in order for us to actually minimize this wealth gap, we must get these minority women into home ownership. Another problem that we are seeing is women's wealth is most likely to go to benefit their children. So this is so it becomes harder for us to actually attain wealth at the same rate as men. Women are graduating from college at higher rates than men. That is the great statistic. But with diplomas come higher student debt. And that is also contributing to us not being able to attain wealth at the same amount as men. Another great statistic that I found is that single women are becoming 23% of the first-time home buyers, whereas single men are only representing 15% of first-time home buyers. But however, women are 32% more likely to receive subprime mortgages just off the fact that we do not have the same amount of wealth as men. So that means that we can add $85,000 to $186,000 more in interest over the lifetime of our loan. So this is causing us to be more vulnerable to economic, family, and medical crises without having equal access to men. So my solution is home ownership and providing affordable home ownership to women and minorities. So how do we provide financial security? Home ownership. Here in America, the way that many people amass their wealth is through home ownership. And by going tiny, we can help women improve the lives of their families and themselves by freeing up residual income. So this is the community. It will have a social area as well as a farmer's market, a community garden, as well as a fitness center. Our mayor has initiatives to promote complete communities, so this will be a model that I would hope to be able to present to him. Another thing that I really enjoy about the neighborhood is that we have a business center with a on-site co-working space where people can work and live in the same community that they live. They can work and live in the same community. Our homes start at $25,000 and can range up to $195,000. We will have 3 models, a starter, professional, and premium model. The starter will start at 250 square feet, and the premium can go up to 1,000 square feet. So this is the starter, I'll do the time, the professional, and this is the loft. Our target market is first-time home buyers, young professionals, and anyone looking to downsize. This is our projected investment, $607,800. Our revenue streams, if somebody wants to purchase a home in the neighborhood, we can sell them the land as well as the home, or they can rent the land if they just want to bring their own tiny home, typically on wheels. We'll charge community dues to continue to improve the neighborhood. We will have open tours as well as Airbnb, and we will retail our starter model, which I'm currently in development of. Our cash flow over the first year, we will turn a profit over the first year. We will build with, I've made modest projections where I implement us selling 3 homes a quarter. If you want to contact me, this is my contact information. Thank you for your time.
So that's fantastic. And just real quick on the land purchase, do you know what area, and just talk a little bit about how the acquisition of land? Okay. That's going to be key.
I currently have a broker looking at different plots of land. I really like the Sunnyside area. That's currently where I live. And there is a large plot of land. Within the loop, land is getting very expensive. So I'm looking to stay within the city, but look in areas like Sunnyside, where there is extra land out there. But I'm currently looking.
So the starter home model, how many people can live in there, sleep in there?
The starter home, the first model that I'm developing, it's a two-person unit. It's 1 bedroom. But I'm playing with this other model where there is 2 bedrooms, but there's 2 bunk beds in case you have 2 children, that you can have 2 bunk beds and 2 bedrooms in that one.
I know that one of the avenues of revenue that you have is Airbnb. But Airbnb has been criticized quite a bit because they're taking affordable housing for turning a profit. So are you going to regulate how many rentals are going to be, different communities say, okay, like 20% can be rented out and no more than that to stop that from happening?
I recently toured a tiny house community out in Austin, and the way she does it is she actually rents the Airbnbs under her. That way she can see who's coming in the community, and she gives a portion of it back to the resident, but she keeps a portion as well. So I would play around with that, where the Airbnb would come through me. Thank you.
No, I'm fine. Hi, my name is Colleen O'Connor. I'm the CEO and founder of Cavu Biotherapies. And at Cavu, we would give your dog a new leash on life. The number one concern of the 56 million American dog owners in the United States is cancer. North Carolina State University estimates that 10 million dogs die of cancer each year in the United States. That means that 19 families per minute are losing their dog to cancer. And as many of us know firsthand, myself included, we are paying thousands of dollars for treatments that are just not working and are not giving us the outcomes that we desire. In fact, in 2015, we spent over $500 million in veterinary oncology service that did not improve our fur family members' quality of life. In fact, less than 20% of dogs treated with the current therapies out there will actually live 2 years post-diagnosis, and sadly, most relapse in 10 months. Cabin Biotherapies is looking to change those numbers. Our patent-pending T-cell service called COLT is going to teach a dog, an old dog, a new trick by retraining and expanding a stronger immune system from a small blood sample taken at your dog's veterinary office. This game-changing personalized service, coupled with our supportive offerings, will now allow your dog to have a better quality of life. It gives owners more time with their dog, and it gives the veterinarians, for the first time, a chance to practice proactive immune-guided medicine to personalize a treatment for your dog. Because as we know with cancer, one size does not fit all with our treatments. Cabin Biotherapies has a business-ready model. We're ready to generate revenue through our cold services, our immunoprofiling services, our cryobanking, and through device and sequencing licensing. Our first revenue-generating stream is going to be cryobanking, followed by cold for the indication of B-cell lymphoma, as B-cell lymphoma is one of the most common cancers afflicting our dogs in the United States right now, as many of us know, especially if you have a golden retriever. Our strategy, our go-to-market strategy, is to develop strong relationships with the nearly 377 veterinary oncologists in the nation, and the nearly 110,000 veterinarians here. We already have early adopters or early providers in California, Texas, and in Florida. Cabin is built upon a strong business foundation. This is comprised of our IP, which is our IP protection, which is both domestic and foreign. We have our trademarks approved, both domestic and foreign. We have federal and state government clearance to begin producing and commercializing and selling today to our veterinarians and to our owners. We have pet insurance coverage as well as care credit coverage for all of our services. We also have a working lab right now at the University of Houston's Innovation Center. And we have developed strategic partnerships with veterinary oncologists across the nation, pet insurance companies, and then here in Houston with HCC, Station, and with Texas A&M Small Animal Clinic, who will be running all of our future clinical trials. Kevin means Ceiling and Visibility Unlimited, and that is our vision of the impact in the future of our personalized immunoservices to treat cancer and autoimmune diseases in dogs, horses, and humans. Please see me after this meeting if you are interested in creating a world full of joy and possibility for our dogs and ourselves. Thank you.
Hi, congratulations. I'd love to hear more about your team.
Yes, so right now, most of our team is advisors and consultants. However, we will be bringing our business consultants on full time, probably in around September. She's on maternity leave right now. So she's going to be coming on full time to take care of business development, sales, and marketing. Our operations director consultant, he is actually also, we've developed a kind of an outline of who we're looking for to come on as our operations director and managing our laboratory services. And so that will be brought on later this summer also when we find the person that we're really looking for. Also, as far as me being the CEO, we do have a wide range of advisors that help us and create what we need to do. And that includes Reese Terry, who's the former CEO and founder of Cyronics. We've got Deborah Mansfield from the Houston Technology Center, Steve Banks, and then we also have our veterinary oncologist, Dr. Heather Wolfson at Texas A&M, Dr. Tim Stein in Austin. Oh, and we have hired a consulting CFO at Climate. So there you go.
Well, for anybody who's ever lost a pet, to seeking cancer, is this something that you all maybe in the future are also looking to expand for other animals, like feline?
Yeah, great question. Well, we're going to be expanding into first our dogs, then horses. I'm from Kentucky, so I have lots of interested friends in the horse industry, so we're looking for that. And then also humans. We are going to do R&D work for cats, their immune system, because literally is a different animal, and so we have to do some more background research on their immune system. But that we definitely are going to be moving into other animals and other diseases.
Thank you. So, this is great. We're 5 minutes early. Because according to the little timeline, at 3:20 we would go into a networking break. But we're very close. So here's, judges, please go ahead and score that sheet and compile it in one area. I will pick it up. I will disappear for about 25 minutes. And use this opportunity, if you've got the little paper with the time, there's a quote on there that says, the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else, they look for work. So use this time to get to know people, especially the judges. Use this time to get to know people in the audience. So Warren Winston with the Minority Business Development Agency, get to know him. Please talk to Kat and see, she's looking for an internship. And as entrepreneurs, it's always great to motivate other aspiring entrepreneurs. So please do so, and use this time. There's also snacks and drinks and so forth. So just mingle, have fun, and I will be back in about 20 minutes, and then we will announce the local winner that had the highest scores for the 2017 InnovateHER competition. So thank you so much. Have fun, mingle, we'll be back. Judges, please to your seats. If I could have all the entrepreneurs just come up, just make a line right here. We do have Are we good with you're good. Okay. So, just want to congratulate you for making it this far. Just to quickly tell the backstory here, the 23 business plans were rated and submitted. 30 women had shown interest. I should start there. You know, we quickly announced it. 30 women had shown interest. 23 actually submitted by the deadline, and then 7 are in front of you. So congratulations for making out here. That's great. So from HCC, we want to thank you for your dedication to entrepreneurship, for what you're doing for our city, for yourself, but also your customers and members and so forth. So we want to give all of you sort of an honorable mention and also a little bag with HCC logo on there, so you could carry the HCC's message forward and let people know the good work that we do out here at HCC. So we have one local winner. I'm just going to make one announcement. The local winner is expected to represent us nationally, at the Washington, D.C. InnovateHER competition. So I hope you read through the challenge form, the website, the links, and some of the rules and so forth. But in the event that you decide, you can't do it and this happens, right, do let us know. So we actually had 3 entrepreneurs, and the score literally, and I'm just going to give standard numbers, but the scale to show, it was literally like 21, 22, 23. 1 point, very close. 1 point away, which is like, wow, it's fantastic all across. But so we want to give that opportunity. We want to be recognized. We want to have someone represent Houston at the DC level. So
and win.
And win, yes. We want you to win. So we can show them that Houston produces excellent entrepreneurs, right? So with that, if I could have all the honorable mentions, and this kind of gives away the local winner, but it's okay, because she's going to be the only one left standing, right? Isn't that how the beauty pageant works? Yeah. Okay, all right, so I'm on board, right? Okay, this is good. So if I could have Anita, please. Employment help, thank you so much. Oh, it better be Anita. All right. Thank you. And there's a PR, if you wanted to stand there, please. You told me was there. All right, Fritzy Bucks. Well, this is much easier, right? One After Pride International. Thank you. Thank you. All right, who's next? All right, so Amber Cloud. So, Colleen O'Connor. Taboo Biotherapy. Please. Are we getting close? Uh-oh. All right, so Jennifer Drew. Thank you so much. All right, this is the mystery getting to you now because there's 2 left. All right, so Lindsay Bivens. All right. So, it should not be a mystery. The only one not holding anything has taken the local winner for the 2017 Is it okay if we have the judges in the back? Dr. Wood, if you please. Please. Okay. I'm going to HCC logo. Please, you are.
Pictures of this.
Now, can I get one big quick photo? See everybody? Great. Good. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more with the new technology. Quick technology. Great. Thank you. All right.
Wow, okay.